Hi everybody, I'm Joanne Canapini with Tonner News 1, and today we're sitting here with the lead creative designer of Tonner Toys, Mr. Jason Reilley. Say hello, Jason.
Hello.
And today we're going to have a real inside scoop about the LittleMissMatched dolls line. Jason, tell us a little bit about the Uptown Girl. She was our prototype of the LittleMissMatched doll line.
The Uptown Girl was the very first doll for the LittleMissMatched line that I designed, and she's basically a kind of a physical interpretation of the LittleMissMatched logo. Robert and I always saw her as a redhead, and this wasn't really going to work as a doll, so we based her on like kind of a real little girl, and this is what we came up with.
I remember when you first got the prototype back and you were discussing with the sculptor about the smile and the smirk on the doll. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Because you were very specific, I remember. And actually, now that I'm noticing on this box, her smirk is rather more of a smirk, not a full grin. So.
It's not a full grin. It's kind of a crooked smile. And, well, Robert sculpted the head and the body.
Right.
So we really wanted to have the feel of the logo and really just bring that to life in a doll that you can play with. So we really just brought it to life. And this is the outcome. I can show you the very first head that we got, which I loved at the time, and you know, it's a major difference.
Really? Is that right? Yeah, let's bring it up. So let's just get a little busy here with Little Miss Sporty Girl while Jason's getting ahead. These dolls are just so playful, you just can't resist.
So,
oh my!
This is the first head we got, and you know, we had not seen anything before. And the hair is really bright, and the skin is really dark.
Really dark.
So, but we loved the sculpt, and they did a great job painting the screen on the eyes. But we were like, this isn't gonna fly. So we redid the hair color and the skin tone, and we finally got it perfect.
Wow, that is a little bit different there. Do you have a favorite out of all these girls? So first we have Uptown Girl that we just were showing you. We have Miss Sporty here. There's also Artsy Girl.
Rock and Roll.
Rock and Roll Girl. And this is Artsy Girl, excuse me, rather. So there's 4 LittleMissMatched girls. And do you have a favorite, Jason? Tell us about that.
I would have to say the Uptown Girl is my favorite, just because I'm a sucker for redheads, and she was the first.
Special
really,
yeah.
When I saw LittleMissMatched dolls, she was the very first one, and then you know, with talking to LittleMissMatched and you know, their incredible team, coming up with the different personalities, we wanted to really explore different archetypes, and we came up with the other personalities. But she was always the first, and she's the, you know, I love them all, but she's the nearest and dearest to my heart.
Talk a little bit about the personalities. Was there an inspiration for each individual girl?
Well,
based on someone you knew, or just a fun?
I think no, they're not really based on anyone specific that I know. They're based on just people in general, like the personalities of little girls. You know, like I think the personalities. Girls aren't just one personality, but you know, we're trying to give one personality that you can identify with. So you know, I think there's a little rock and roll and artsy and sporty in all of us, but you know, we just wanted to give something. If you had to buy one, you should buy all of them, but if you had to buy one, which one would you want? And you know, this is kind of the line that we came up with. We're hoping to do, you know, a couple more different personalities.
Oh, you heard it first, friend.
To be a surprise, you know.
And that's the fun of LittleMissMatched, is that you can be a rocker girl, but still express yourself in other ways with all these fabulous different clothes. You know? You're not married to one specific archetype, as they say.
And the beauty is all of their clothes, not only the ones that you get on dolls, but with the fashion packs, are all interchangeable, so you can mix and match them, and you know, like each fashion pack creates about 32 outfits for just one fashion pack.
If only, right, girls?
And and then if you buy, you know, more than one, if you get all 6, you can create literally thousands and thousands of different fashions, not including, well, also including the ones that you get with the doll. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. The fashion packs each have a reversible, one piece of reversible clothing.
That's amazing. I love the reversible wear. I really am fascinated too about all the points of articulation on these girls. I mean, you can really play with these. You know, they're easy to dress, it seems like.
They're easy to dress. They're superposable.
Yeah.
You can really, you know, you play with their hair. It's not only fashion play, but hair play.
Hair play. Yeah, that's right. Let's do a little hair play, Jason.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I had a ball with Rocker Girl. I kind of gave her some braids and you know, did little loose braids in the back.
You're very nice indeed. And that's one of the things I think that makes this line really unique, is that it's more tough for that kind of play. Is that consistent with what you think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Some of my my best friend, his girls, he has a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, and they kind of got a preview of the dolls, and I wanted to see how they played. So the very first thing they did was take all their clothes off and, you know, mix and match them, and, you know, just really dress them up, and they were playing with their hair, and, you know, like they played for hours, and it really did my heart good to see that. It was very exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, that must have brought a lot of joy to your heart, you know, seeing them played with for the first time.
Oh yeah.
You know. It
was nerve-wracking, but you know, those were the prototypes.
Oh my God, your heart was spinning in your throat. Yeah, I bet. Well, speaking of nerve-wracking, tell us a little bit about the very first time that you previewed these dolls at our May convention. How did that feel to showcase your first Tonner Toys project?
It was amazing.
Was it?
Robert was so busy, and you know, basically it fell on me to kind of show these, and it was such an overwhelmingly positive experience. You know, like the Tonner fans, I wasn't sure if they were gonna really get it, just because, I mean, it's a Tonner doll, but it's not like Tyler or Elowen, you know, like these are their own entity, and they really they got it, and they embraced it right away, and you know, overwhelmingly it was, you know, it was so great to hear the feedback and to really to see them so excited for a play doll that's, you know, like, we want it to be collectible, but we also want it to be accessible to, you know, grandchildren and, you know, the kids, so that you don't have to worry about, like, oh no, you can't play with mommy's or grandma's doll. It's not just for being on a shelf. It's like, you can really, they're tough, so you can really play with them.
That must have been really special for you to get that feedback, you know, straight from the horse's mouth.
It was. I wish we could have released. They're coming out next month, but you know, people wanted them then, and I was like, I wish I could, you know, get them out sooner. What
was I going to ask you? How did you try to go about capturing the fun that LittleMissMatched stands for as a company? I mean, they're such a fun, expressive company, and that must have been quite a challenge to capture that within these beautiful little dolls, although you've managed to do it.
Actually, you know, it was easier than I thought it was going to be. The people at LittleMissMatched, they were so wonderful and welcoming, and they were very excited about these, you know, and we kind of fed off each other, and their lead design person really was just so wonderful, and whenever we did silhouettes, I mean, these clothes are based on the LittleMissMatched clothing. So if you see something you like, you go to littlemismatched.com and you could find similar things there. And, you know, we just kind of sized them down to a 15.25-inch doll. I mean, the socks are reinterpretations and scaled down versions of the LittleMissMatched socks. This coat and these wellies you can actually get on the site. So we just basically took the LittleMissMatched clothes and changed them a little bit for a fashion doll, and that's what we got. So I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult than it was. They were just so wonderful to work with, and very giving in with their time, and basically said yes to our initial designs, and they understood pretty quickly that we got their brand, and I think it helped that we really love it. So that came through.
Goes both ways too. I in my minimal dealings with them, they are just have boundless enthusiasm, and I just think it's a marriage made in Toyland, personally.
Every time we go down, it's such a love fest. Like they're very excited to see the new dolls or a new fashion pack, and we just come back so charged.
Yeah, well, in a way, you've given their company a face, or 4 faces rather.
4 new faces, and they're in the process of putting pictures on their blogs, and starting a social media campaign with them, and that's exciting too. And Robert and I are both so excited. We can't wait to see these on shelves. They're going to be in Toys R Us in September, and that's just going to be a dream come true. This is such a labor of love.
That's amazing. A labor of love. Well, you heard it here first, folks. This has been Joanne Canapini for Tonner News 1, and thank you for joining us.